Welcome back, everybody, to another infectious installment of Radioactive Replay, Part 3. And of course, starting the episode with one of my favorite mechanics of the game that Shaba Games did a masterpiece of, is that when you stop swinging, you can just hang upside down in the yo-yo pose, trademark word by Bruce Campbell from Spider-Man 1 in 2002, anywhere you want in the city by attaching one of your web lines to the buildings or in the sky, not swinging, holding it still, and just hanging there like a pro. I love doing this any chance you can in the game. It is freaking awesome, and I don't know what I would do without this mechanic. And of course, I cannot even keep on repeating myself over and over again, but I will. All you members in the Spidey Squad and viewers, true believers, spectacular Spidey fans, etc., are all amazing. You all mean the entire world to me. All of your support in each and every video is everything to me. And without all of you, this whole series would not even be possible. Which is why I want to give a few shoutouts to some amazing members. First off, starting with Musty Bullet. Musty Bullet has been with my channel and the rest of the Spidey Squad's channels for a long time. He has been here, I think, ever since 500 subscribers, maybe less, but the fact that he is still here and still being awesome is incredible. I love you, Musty, as well as all of you other amazing members. Next up is No Punisher, previously known as Death Punisher. You can find him on Twitter at RealAndrewPed. He is freaking awesome. And just as much as this cutscene going after Black Cat, definitely don't focus on that door popping into frame at all. That never happened. But yes, No Punisher is freaking amazing. One of our true patriots of the Spidey Squad, our true creator and inventor. And he and I have something very special planned for you guys. I won't really reveal what it is just yet, but just know to look forward to it on his channel. It will be up soon. I've just been very busy with Radioactive Replay, but him and I have something really special planned for all you guys. Next up is Dark Knight Fan 75, being awesome as always. He has something really awesome to share with us, and especially me, because of how he left a very, very, very kind-hearted comment in part 1 of Radioactive Replay. It was super amazingly awesome and very kind-hearted, and I just wanted to give him where credit was due in this episode. Thank you so much, Dark Knight Fan 75. You are truly amazing. Next up is McKeel Bradford. He, on part 2 of Radioactive Replay, stayed up until 3:50 in the morning to watch this part be uploaded, which is insane. McKeel, you are freaking amazing in every single way, shape, and form, and you mean the world to me, buddy. Thank you so much for your support. It is amazing. Next up is Moon Knight 778. He is a true Spidey fan that knows a way to my heart. As you can keep seeing when I play Spider-Man Web of Shadows, I love to play the game with style. Without style, there is no point in playing the game. Well, there is, because it's Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is amazing. But if you truly want to give a Spider-Man game justice, you have to play it with style, just like Black Cat did, with definitely not being cut into these little parts of the air conditioners on the building or anything like that, the ventilation systems. But yes, style is what is my motto for any Spider-Man game, even the linear ones like Shattered Dimensions or Edge of Time, and also the early Neversoft ones as well. Style means everything to me. If you land in a cool way, swing in a cool way, do anything amazing, it is just awesome to see that be played out into fruition, and Moon Knight 778 feels the exact same way. Thank you so much, buddy. You are truly amazing. Next up, and the last one on this list, is the Spectacular Duck. He is awesome. He has been going crazy freaking hardcore on our Twitter page, on the Spidey Squad Twitter page, and on Twitter himself, just being a true advocate of the Spidey Squad, being awesome in every single way, shape, and form. And also, he is getting an Elgato soon. He is going to do his own Radioactive Replays, quote-unquote, meaning he's going to play previous Spider-Man games, just like I have. And I think the first one he's going to be playing, correct me if I'm wrong, Spectacular Duck, but he is going to be playing Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which is going to be freaking awesome. He is amazing, an all-around amazing individual, and he is going to do a great job playing this game. And hopefully I am giving you guys justice playing this game just as much as he would. And yes, finally, my favorite mission in this game, which is hard to believe, but Black Cat. Not only, as some of you may know or may even not know, Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, is my favorite Paragon paramour / love interest for Peter Parker / Spider-Man. I know you would be saying, Evan, what the heck? Mary Jane is the greatest. I understand, but just something about Black Cat and Felicia Hardy as a person, especially in the Spider-Man comic book run, The Evil That Men Do, I think that's the title of it, but basically, Felicia Hardy and Peter Parker go on this kind of, I don't want to say quest, but they try and hunt down Felicia Hardy's old friend, and then they just end up running into Mysterio, and one thing leads to another, and also the relationship between Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy connects. And notice how I said Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy, not Spider-Man and Felicia Hardy, because that is actually one of the cool things about Black Cat, is that Black Cat is attracted to Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. So in this comic book series, The Evil That Men Do, it's really cool to see that Peter and Felicia are actually together and that they actually create a bond. And then that bond kind of gets fractured by Mysterio at one point, or at least someone who is to become Mysterio near the end of the comic, spoilers. And also guest appearances are made in that comic by Daredevil and Nightcrawler. I think it's an amazing comic all around. Just as amazing as this segment right here with the Kingpin Glider Henchman. And before, as you heard Spider-Man say, I can't believe it, can it be? Which he was talking about if that could be Green Goblin. But as we can see, that is just Kingpin's henchman. But it's still awesome to see how freaking amazing Shaba Games actually put in the development for this game. They wanted to put all variations of enemies within this game, ranging from ground enemies to heavy enemies to flying enemies. And regardless, even if they're not symbiotes, they're still people, which gives you a lot of variation to try and test your skills with all of the other enemy variations around the city. Whether that's goons from the various gangs, or Kingpin's henchmen, or going to come up in the symbiote realm. But it's just awesome all around. And I love all of the air combat, something that is amazing and something that Spider-Man should obviously do every single day, is air combat. Fighting in the air, from the ground, launching enemies into the air from the ground, and then fighting them on the walls if you want to, is a dream come true. Which, please, Insomniac, I beg of you, we need this new Spider-Man game on the PS4 to feature one of three things. Either pole swinging, hanging people from poles, like in Spider-Man 2, where you can hang enemies upside down, or air/wall combat, either one. Or, as a bonus, the web strike, which you can't take any other program or any other move from any other Spider-Man game. Like they said, people on the internet think, like, Venom 2 million, they think that Spider-Man PS4 is a direct ripoff, or will be a direct ripoff, of Beanox's Amazing Spider-Man games, specifically The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is very upsetting for me to hear, and also really, really irritating for people to think. Insomniac is doing this from scratch. They are taking all of the initiatives from themselves. They're making everything by their own will. Nothing is being taken from the previous Spider-Man games, other than webs attaching to buildings. Of course, that is something that is a trademark and just regular physics for webs to attach to the sides or angles of buildings. And I love this fight with Black Cat. I love how in each stage she gets a bit more aggressive. As you can see here, she grabs Spider-Man and kisses him, and then when you continue the fight, she then just mutilates and tries to pummel Spider-Man into the ground, which is freaking awesome. And I'm doing all these on purpose so that she's hitting me to show just how talented Felicia Hardy is in this game. And it's very strange. I love this design of Black Cat, and I love that ponytail. It's just that it's so long, which is why I think, in order of my favorite designs of Black Cat, I think this might be number 2. The design from the Amazing Spider-Man games actually might be number 3. Also from Edge of Time actually might be number 4. Number 1 is Spider-Man 2. That is my favorite Black Cat of all time. The short hair is awesome. The voice actress who voices Felicia Hardy in that game is awesome. The relationship of seeing even Tobey Maguire voice Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 and then have them go on those missions together in that game was freaking amazing. And I just love the fun, witty, awesome humor, that intellectuality that Felicia Hardy has in that game. Same as this one. It's just that she has longer hair. It's almost like you can say that this is a sequel to that relationship from Spider-Man 2 with Black Cat and Spider-Man. But of course, this is an original Spider-Man game, so of course it's not anything close. And yes, I see some complaints in the comment section, which is totally understandable, and thank you for all your amazing feedback. But people want me to not talk during the cutscenes, which I kind of understand, but as I said in part 1, I will not be not talking in any of the cutscenes. I will be talking over all the cutscenes. This game is 8 years old. If you have not played this game before, that's kind of on you. You should have already, even though under amazing individuals like Legit MHX have not played this game. It's still a disservice to watch me play it for the first time. So again, I do not take this lightly. I am very serious when I say, please, 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 if you have not played Web of Shadows before, play it first before watching me play it. It would be a disservice for you to actually watch me play it the first time around. Even though I am a skilled Spider-Man Web of Shadows player, it's still really important for you to play this game for your first time. Tony Hawk has nothing on Spider-Man. He just did 4 kickflips with Black Cat as a skateboard, which is freaking amazing. And again, I love the variations between the red suit and the black suit. I love how not only the combat is different in the cutscenes, their voices are different. The music in the background when you switch suits, when you're free roaming around fighting random enemies in the streets, it changes depending on the act that you're in. And what I mean by act is the point in the story, whether that is the normal city or in the symbiote apocalypse city, which again is another reason why I love Web of Shadows. It feels like it's 2 games in 1. It is a normal Spider-Man game in the beginning, and then it turns into this zombie apocalypse-esque type of scenario near the end. And I love it. And I love the dynamic relationships between Black Cat, Mary Jane, Spider-Man, and of course special moves. Spider-Man knows Dragon Ball Z combat, of course. Who else would have taught Spider-Man except for Master Roshi? Obviously not Uncle Ben. Wink wink. But yes, Spider-Man does know Dragon Ball Z moves in this universe. It is hilarious, and I love the just over-the-top, zany, intense, spider-esque agility that Spider-Man can have in his combat. Like so, with the beatdown. Pummeling someone in midair is just insane. It is crazy. All the special moves in this game, people didn't even know that you can do that in the game, and it is awesome. All these little hidden figures and little hidden tips and tricks that you can do in this game is crazy cool. I love every single aspect of this game, especially the QuickTime events. This is the first QuickTime event in the game that will be happening right now, as you will be seeing soon. But I do not mind QuickTime events. A lot of people are not fond of the QuickTime events in any of the Spider-Man games, but this is the one that I actually am very fond of. It's very cool to see these scenes be played out. Especially when Spider-Man realizes that, oh, I almost killed my friend. Better go save her, and then get with her later on. Splat! Oh, just kidding. If you have not seen the fails of this game's QuickTime events, there are videos of compilations that people made seeing people fail the QuickTime events, and that one in particular that I just did perfectly is hilarious to see be played out. What happens is that Spider-Man... If you did not press X, Spider-Man would just look over the edge and see Black Cat just splatted into the ground. It is very messed up and also hilarious at the exact same time. Spider-Man does not care at all about Black Cat's safety, apparently, if he is in the black suit. Or just doing QuickTime events. Woohoo! I love the fast-paced momentum that can be played out in this game, just with different types of swinging, animations, pole swinging, and etc. And especially these cutscenes, which is very strange in this one. He's looking over at that lawn chair, and then Black Cat's right in front of him. Apparently that mask has not very good sight.
Are you okay?
Don't worry, I'll control you properly, Spider-Man. You can see where you're going when I'm at the realm.
Okay?
You think?
Ugh. Your white hair says otherwise.
I was working from the inside. I got in over my head and I couldn't get out of it, and then you show up way too early and I get this huge
Well,
rush from
I think I did
seeing
something
you.
else a bit too early. Especially with that
Doing it for you.
revealing part of the costume in the middle.
Still felt like
Yeah.
Really? Well, guess what? I did.
Thank you, Shaba Games and Treyarch. Just just thank you
Look at us.
for
Wearing these stupid masks.
great
Are we really?
character
We have all these
portrayal
powers
of
and act like we're
Felicia
ashamed
Hardy
of
in
them.
that costume.
Be with me. Together we can be whatever we want. Free from want. Free from responsibility.
Free from movie tie-ins.
Have fun.
Free from bad voice acting.
like
Oh,
fun, don't
wait a
you?
minute. Do I like to have fun, Felicia? You bet I do! I'm sorry, everybody, but as I said, there are twists and turns to this playthrough. I love Mary Jane this game. This is actually my favorite iteration of Mary Jane, believe it or not, is that she is not like a Princess Peach. And what I mean by that is in the Mario games, Princess Peach is just waiting for Mario to be saved by Mario, and is just waiting for her rescue from Bowser every single time. Same thing kind of with Mary Jane, especially in the movie tie-in games. This one, she has a cast, and she has a shotgun near the middle of the game where the symbiotes invade, and it is freaking awesome. I love this Mary Jane, but as you saw, I chose Black Cat over Moon Knight because if you chose the red suit path, you would have chosen Moon Knight instead of Black Cat, and Moon Knight was also a really cool appearance to be held in this game. And you cannot lie saying that you knew Moon Knight before this game came out. I never knew of Moon Knight before I played Web of Shadows. Even Luke Cage, which is insane. I did know a little bit about Wolverine, but again, remember I was 10 years old when this came out. But again, this whole game features awesome cameos from the Marvelverse, and it is awesome seeing a character like Moon Knight in a Spider-Man game.
Okay.
Which is why, again, Shaba Games and Treyarch did such an awesome job with this game. Not only going into the lore of anything other than Spider-Man's characters that he interacts with. It's a bit of a shame that Daredevil or Nightcrawler wasn't in this, but Moon Knight is a really cool addition. Same thing with Luke Cage. I love how Spider-Man is still talking in his red suit voice, even though he is the black suit Spider-Man now with this choice that he made. Also, I'm one of those people who loves to do things by the book, and what I mean by that is through canon. And what I mean also is that with this whole story is that there are actually 4 endings. If you didn't know that, there are actually 4 different endings to this game. It is crazy just how many endings there are for this game. And it's a Spider-Man game. Infamous has 2 endings for both of the paths, but Shaba just said, heck with that. We got 4 endings. Which is probably why Sucker Punch was inspired by this game. And what I mean by that... Ooh.
I'll show you more than that.
Oh, Felicia,
Now go save our
do not stop and just stop teasing me at the same time, if you can do that.
Look at you, Mr. Superhero.
Oh, in black you mean? Thank you.
Hey, Felicia.
How do you do it? Go back to
well,
being just plain old Peter.
just swinging around from the skies in Central Park to the buildings on the side. That's how I do it.
What?
You're out here in the costume, swinging around.
I love
in
this
your
part.
Amazing, spectacular, ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah! Referencing all 3 universes, except Sensational. They just couldn't handle that one.
Do you have any idea how bad I'd smell if I never took off this costume?
Pretty dang good, I think, if she loves you being Spider-Man more than Peter Parker.
Missing my point.
Kat, it should be obvious by now that I'm missing your point.
Didn't you go to college, Peter?
When you do what
How
you
could you
need
miss
to
your?
do,
How could you miss her
You're back
point?
to pretending
And
to
she's
be
Felicia
normal,
Hardy.
to be who you are.
I are Peter Parker?
Grammar, great.
No, you are Spider-Man.
I think he's really
Remember
focusing
that.
on the
Just
assets
live a better life.
instead of what she's actually saying.
You actually sound a bit crazier than usual right now, Kat.
You'll understand what I mean someday. We'll see.
Well, depending on what choice I make near the
You're
end of
asking
the
me to leave
game,
everything
we
behind
will
and just
see.
be Spider-Man.
Yeah, just, you know, that whole lesson with great power, great responsibility really doesn't mean anything, does it? Yeah, no, I can't say that that whole speech about Uncle Ben saying that with great power comes great responsibility and the fact that he died because I didn't follow his lesson. Yeah, no, it doesn't really seem that important to me, Kat, sorry. But what, as I was saying, is that I just want to listen to those cutscenes slash dialogues because it's awesome. Another reason is that while this technically isn't a dialogue tree, I still love that this is something that was never really in a Spider-Man game before, is dialogue options. Discussing things to the characters of this universe As you saw, it was optional, and you gain experience from talking to the characters about these situations that are happening in the story. You can keep up with what's happening with their thoughts, what's going to happen near the continuation of the story, and so on. And I just love that they decide to do that. It expands the lore of this universe. It makes it more apparent that these characters actually have feelings, just like these people are petrified right now that Spider-Man is evil and wearing the black suit, which is even more funny when you wear the red suit and you're evil. They're still like, oh my god, Spider-Man, why? Don't hurt me. But yeah, I just love every single aspect about this game, like I keep saying. And as I was saying before, again, talking about the main aspects, is wall sliding with a person on a building. Physics, you mean nothing to Spider-Man. But mainly is that I love just all the options that this game gives you. This game gives you options, options, options in terms of talking, whether or not you actually want to waste your time with those optional conversations, which I don't even think that they waste time. Some people just love to go straight into the story. I am one who actually respects the lore of this game and the characters within this game heavily. It's awesome seeing them interact with each other, and it is just flat out awesome. But as I was trying to say earlier, is that there are 4 endings in this game. I don't know if it will be as a spoiler to you which one I will choose, which I will not reveal, but as you saw, I did the red suit choice with the Luke Cage option, and then I did the black suit choice with Black Cat, because again, I like to follow the canon. What I mean by that is certain games have certain canon stories even though they have different outcomes. For example, Infamous. In Infamous Second Son, that game would not be happening without the good ending of Infamous 2 being the canon ending. As you may have known, Infamous Second Son takes place 7 years after Infamous 2, but in Infamous 2, spoilers, even though it came out in 2011, if you choose the good path, Cole sacrifices himself to kill the Beast. If you choose the evil path, Cole becomes the Beast. So, if Cole was to be the Beast, Infamous Second Son wouldn't happen. That would just mean the world would be destroyed. So, Sucker Punch decided to make the good ending canon. And what I mean for Web of Shadows is that there actually is a true canon ending to the game, which is the one that I will be choosing for the end result for my playthrough. Which one it is, you may ask? You will not know until you actually see the finale of me playing this game. And you will see me choose variations between the red suit and the black suit within this game. I see a lot of people saying that they want me to do the black suit path. If that is the canon path, you will see. I'm not going to reveal anything if you are not aware of exactly which one is the real ending and which one is the fake endings, since there are 3 endings. But just stay tuned to see which ones that I actually choose. Okay, I can perfect any web strike. It's just for some reason with these guys, I love sticking them to walls. That is their result of, instead of hanging people onto the pole signs, the street signs, sadly you can't do that in this game, but instead you can do something even just as good, is that you can web them and throw them onto the side of buildings, which is just awesome. Sadly, you can't do it in the black suit. You can just throw your tendrils out and just choke people to death, or just throw them around like ragdolls in the black suit. But in the red suit, you can actually web them up and fling them to the wall of the building, which is freaking amazing. Woo! I love these special moves. And again, this is another reason why I wanted to play the game on New Game Plus, is because you would not really be having these moves at your disposal if you were to just start a new game from scratch. All of the wall combat is amazing. I love that kind of parallel that you can do. You can go from one building, web strike an enemy, and go directly onto another building. It is awesome in every single way, shape, and form. How do I shot web? Press B a lot, of course. But yes, you will see a lot of different variations of me fighting enemies, doing different paths, doing lots of different camera work for when I'm swinging. And again, if you saw me running into a few walls or doing a bit of weird camera angles, it's again because I'm trying to look at how long the timer is for the Elgato recording, and also seeing if the game capture is actually recording my audio properly, which again, if the audio is a bit weird this time, if my audio is too loud or the game audio is too low, please let me know. I will try my best to fix it as much as possible in the next episode.
Nice work, Spider-Man. Now, what shall be your reward?
Oh, I think you already are my reward, Felicia.
I'm sure you'll think of something mutually rewarding.
Wink, wink. And this is a T-rated game, they say. Oh, Shaba, you prince.
What's going on at these high-rise offices?
And you want to hear Activision's amazing plan for in regards to Shaba Games? They shut them down! Of course! Everyone knows that a great, prospering company that makes an amazing game gets shut down by the publisher. Because that makes sense. And Activision's main sense of revenue nowadays is Call of Duty in space versus zombies in the 80s with party guns and glitter everywhere and confetti. Because, of course, that's apparently what kids want nowadays in their first-person shooters. Instead of proper stories featuring an iconic superhero, which is what Insomniac will be doing. Okay, now we are getting closer to the Vulture battle. Now we just have to try and hunt down these nerds in the sky. I love it how they are just patrolling in the city, just doing whatever. I feel like that could be a Family Guy cutaway, just seeing these Kingpin guys just talking about, like, business, or if someone got, like, if one of these thugs' wives are pregnant or something like that. It's just crazy. Okay, usually that takes a bit longer than just doing that the first time, but easy peasy.
That component you found should lead us right to the source.
Oh, you mean the source code with Jake Gyllenhaal? I don't know.
Hey, I got a little tip about something about to go down at the Daily Bugle.
J. Jonah Jameson is now live streaming? Oh, we gotta check that out.
My favorite rag. Okay, what's up?
I don't know.
Kingpin sent
Betty
me to
Brant's
turn
down
there.
there trying to hit on you or something like that. I don't know.
And how do you know this?
I don't know. Maybe she's a master thief.
Cute.
And she's very
Cat,
smart,
little
Peter.
bird.
Little goblin, actually. But he did sing.
He sung the Oath of Willem Dafoe. Poor guy.
Okay, enough of the metaphors. I'm heading for the Bugle.
It's too spiritually connected to my story as a black suit anti-hero or a red suit hero, Felicia. I don't know which one to choose. Woo! I love doing that. Oh, I just love every aspect of this game, from jumping, which I actually don't mind the double jump. Hopefully there is no double jump in Spider-Man PS4 since it's going to be a grounded game. Obviously the double jump breaks all laws of physics, so obviously I don't think Insomniac would put that feature in Spider-Man PS4. But this leapfrog jump, as I call it, this one where you jump, hold your jump, and then flip in the air like that. You can do double jumps, you can hop, you can do charge jumps, which is very cool, or as you saw, you can do the leapfrog jump, which is where you jump once, land on the ground, and immediately hit the jump button again. Amazing. This is why Shaba Games is a genius. But again, the last time I'll say this, the canon ending. Actually, if you did not know, since Spider-Man does have the black suit in this game, he does supposedly do certain choices on purpose in the black suit to either save people he cares about or to actually just not even be in control, and it turns out that the black suit is actually the one who is controlling him. Which is why, as I said before, you will see me do variations between going from the red suit to the black suit to the black suit to the red suit, and so forth. But anyways, true believers, that is it for part 3 of Spider-Man Web of Shadows Radioactive Replay. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Part 4 will hopefully be up the same day as part 3. I know that my uploading schedule has been a bit off. The editing software which I'm using is Sony Vegas Pro 13. Is very, very interesting. I'm still trying to understand how it all works. There was an error yesterday. I was trying to upload part 2 the day before, but the loading was so long and the rendering of it to upload to YouTube took a bit longer than expected. But I will not make that same mistake again. I finally know how to handle it properly, and I will make sure that you guys deserve more of this series. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.